You don't build wealth by working harder. You build it by applying leverage with discipline. Most people confuse motion with progress, long hours, busy calendars, constant urgency. But without leverage, extra effort turns into pennies. With leverage, one disciplined decision multiplies across time, systems, relationships, and capital. Here's the standard. Authority, not chaos. Calm, not noise. Wealth is not a feeling, it's math applied consistently. Apply leverage with discipline. If you carry real responsibility, team, clients, a mortgage, kids who need you, your ceiling isn't talent. It's bandwidth. You can't sell more hours. You must raise the potency of each hour. Younger? Good. Start now so you never have to escape the trap you're building. The rule is simple. Output equals focused effort multiplied by leverage. Not harder, cleaner. When effort is scattered, leverage is zero. When effort is precise and the lever is well designed, results compound while you sleep. Math, not mood. Let's reframe wealth. Wealth isn't a pile of money. Wealth is the freedom to direct your time toward what matters without asking permission. Discipline builds that freedom by organizing force. Leverage multiplies it. Apply leverage with discipline. 4 levers exist: time, systems, relationships, capital. Use them in order. Start with your time, because that's the bottleneck. Then build systems that make good choices automatic. Then invest in relationships that create pull instead of push. Last, put capital to work inside structures you trust. That's the ladder. Climb it with care. A single story. One professional, mid-career, 2 kids, leading a team, overcommitted, under-rewarded. They were grinding more, coming home empty. The fix wasn't more hustle, it was leverage in order. First, time. They cut standing meetings by 40% and blocked one protected 90-minute deep work window daily. No notifications. 1 mission per block. That single change freed 7 to 8 hours a week. Micro challenge. Schedule your daily 90-minute block right now. Name the mission for tomorrow. 1 mission, 1 block. Next, systems. They documented the top 5 recurring tasks and built templates. Onboarding checklist, status update format, pre-mortem questions, and a weekly done list sent to stakeholders. Now, the same outcome took half the energy. Micro challenge. Pick 1 recurring task you hate and write a 10-step checklist. Run it 3 times this week. Adjust once. Then, relationships. Instead of networking everywhere, they deepened 5 strategic ties: a mentor, a peer in another department, a recruiter, a complementary service provider, and their own boss. They set a simple cadence. Once a month, value first. 2 months later, opportunities started knocking. A cross-functional project with visibility, a referral to a client, an internal sponsor. Pull, not push. Micro challenge. Message 2 people you can create value for this week. No pitch, just utility. Finally, capital. With the new stability, they increased their automated investments by 2% and directed a portion to a boring, rules-based portfolio, plus a small stake in a low-complexity micro-acquisition related to their skill set, operated by a partner they trusted. The key wasn't chasing yield, it was alignment and simplicity. Micro challenge. Raise your auto-invest by 1% today. If you already max out, open a separate account labeled optionality and fund it weekly. 1 story, 4 moves. Same person, different trajectory, not harder, cleaner. You might say, I don't have those connections. Or, I'm not a systems person. Here's the truth. You've already built systems and relationships. They're just sloppy and accidental. The discipline is to make them intentional. You're not starting from zero. You're starting from habits you haven't named yet. Authority, framing matters. Wealth doesn't tolerate ambiguity. If your calendar is a democracy, your money becomes anarchy. If your inbox dictates your day, your potential remains rented. The standard is ownership. Simple rules you actually keep. Apply leverage with discipline. Framework 1. The leverage equation. Output equals focused effort times leverage. It forces a question before you act. What's the lever here? If you can't name it, you're just busy. Use this as a gate. Micro challenge. Before your next task, ask, what lever is this amplifying? Time, systems, relationships, or capital? If none, it's a no or a later. Framework 2. The ladder of leverage. Order matters. Time first, systems second, relationships third, capital last. If you reverse it, throwing money at problems you haven't clarified, you buy new headaches. If you jump to relationships without systems, you get opportunities you can't deliver. Sequence. Discipline. Climb the ladder as your base strengthens. Framework 3. The discipline operating rhythm. 4 steps. Decide, design, delegate, document. Decide the one output that moves the needle. Design the minimum viable process that makes that output repeatable. Delegate the steps that don't require your judgment. Document the whole thing so it survives your absence. 1 loop per week. That's all. Micro challenge. Choose one output this week. Proposals, code reviews, client updates, and run the loop. Decide, design, delegate, document. Here's one clean example of the rhythm in action. A sales lead was stuck writing custom proposals at midnight. They decided on a single standard, designed a modular template with 3 variable sections, delegated data gathering to an associate, and documented the steps in a 4-line SOP. Proposals now took 20 minutes instead of 2 hours. Energy returned. Pipeline grew. No drama, just design. Identity check. There are 2 types of professionals: those who let work sprawl and those who make work smaller and stronger. One group treats discipline like punishment, the other treats it like protection. Which are you becoming? Let's talk burnout. Burnout isn't only too much work. It's low-quality work stretched across too much noise. The cure isn't vacation. It's leverage, a clear mission per block, a small set of rules, a system that carries weight when you rest. Rest becomes productive when your systems keep moving. That's real freedom. People romanticize grind because they fear the quiet required to design leverage. Design looks boring. Grind looks heroic. But results respect design. Sit down, name the lever, build the system, make the call, move the money, apply leverage with discipline. Guardrails keep you honest. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. If it isn't documented, it can't be improved. If a relationship is only useful to you, it will die. If capital doesn't have rules, emotions will spend it. Micro challenge. Write these 4 guardrails somewhere you see daily. Say them out loud before you start work. Authority first, then action. Quiet power beats loud effort. You don't need to announce your plan. You need to execute rules that survive mood swings. Trust yourself, because your system is trustworthy. Trust or chaos. Comment with this. Which lever are you strengthening this week? Time, systems, relationships, or capital? And what is the one action you'll take in the next 24 hours? Write it, then do it. Public commitment sharpens discipline. I'll give you a closing protocol to start now. 10 minutes tonight. No screens. A pen and paper. Write the one output you own this week. Then pick the lever and the smallest system that locks it in. Book the 90-minute block. Message one person you can help. Increase auto-invest by 1%. That's it. Then go to sleep knowing tomorrow is already decided. Remember the echo. Not harder, cleaner. Apply leverage with discipline. When uncertainty spikes, shrink your world to rules you control. When opportunity appears, widen your world with levers that scale. This is sovereignty, not outcomes you beg for. Outcomes you design. Wealth built this way is quiet. It doesn't need validation. It shows up in options, in presence with people you love, in work you choose, in systems that pay you for yesterday's discipline. You'll know you're on track when your calendar gets simpler and your results get bigger, when you're less frantic and more precise, When you stop chasing and start selecting, this is your reset. Not a date, a decision. You're either letting the world decide your value or you're building structures that make your value undeniable. Choose the second. Choose leverage. Choose discipline. Apply leverage with discipline. Not harder, cleaner. Build the life no one can take from you. If this hit home, like the video and subscribe to Discipline Index for more.